Western World of Sports, ahoy! Who's ready for some leather and willow? That's baseball, isn't it? Okay, we're off to a great start here for our very first live coverage of cricket. We're expanding our repertoire. Andrew O'Grady, ahoy there, mate. Going to be very interesting to see how this one goes. Zoe plays, ahoy. Welcome along. Yeah, very interesting to see how this one will go because we're obviously a footy channel, rugby league, rugby union. We expanded out into some pro wrestling with the WWE recently. Now we're expanding out into the world of cricket. I've got a very interesting... Hey, basically this is the way it works. If I can place a bet on it, I'll watch it and I'll commentate on it. Because even if I'm not really that interested in the sport itself, I'm very interested in money, and I will be as excited about this game for as long as my bet is live. So we may as well have a little bit of a chat about that. My same game multi that is on today. So we've got Adam Zampa to take a wicket, any wicket. David Warner to hit a 6, just one. That's all he needs. Tim Southey to take a wicket. Kane Williamson to score more than 10 runs, 10 plus runs, and Josh Hazlewood 2+ wickets. And if all of that comes together in the same game, I'll be a very happy man, and I'll be off to the casino later tonight, maybe. So Devon Conway and Finn Allen are out. Australia have won the toss and have elected to bowl, sending New Zealand into bat, which I think was a fantastic move. Rain is on the horizon, and if they can skittle out the New Zealanders, as they often do, Australia are very much a bogey team for this New Zealand Black Caps outfit in any form of the sport. Let's not forget, they're no schlubs. The Black Caps, absolutely no schlubs. There was a period of time where they were number one across all forms of cricket at the same time. Very, very briefly, albeit, but they were. Not many teams can claim that. They made it to the final of the Test World Championship, the 50 overs World Championship, and the T20 World Cup, all in the same period of time with the same team. These guys can play. It just seems to be that whenever they come up against Australia, so they're hoping to break that curse tonight. They have not won in Australia in any form of the sport since 2011. So they have got history and recent form all up against them. Australia have a pretty solid bowling lineup, as Andrew O'Grady says. So anyways, we're ready to get started here. Mitchell Starc to open the bowling. I don't have him in my multi. Jeez, I probably should have had a bet on Mitchell Starc taking a wicket first ball. Oh well. Not much I can do about it now. If it happens, I'm going to hate myself. Don't forget, if you're on the Wasted World of Sports Discord, you can patch into the live gameplay. I'm sharing my screen over there. And we're underway here. Mitchell Starc charging in. Don't say it out loud, yeah, because it might happen then. We are underway. Starc, the left-hander, rampaging in. And he's on a great line and length early. And there's no wicket. It's a dot ball. So this is going to be very interesting to see how the cricket goes, in all honesty, because we know I love a bit of a banter. It's no secret. I love a bit of banter. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with the scoreboard or anything like that, because it's the first time we're doing the cricket. So we'll figure that out as we go along, I dare say. But cricket, as Starc moves in for the second delivery, and that's right in the slot for Conway. It's not even Conway, it's Allen, and it's nearly a 6, and that is the start that New Zealand were after. Second ball, it was right in the zone. Mitchell Starc will not be happy with his placement on that delivery. Smack. That was just right in the hitting arc. And that is just giving runs away there, Mitchell Starc. That's the thing about Mitchell Starc, isn't it? He's fast, but sometimes, much like Brett Lee back in the day, very, very quick bowler, but the accuracy sometimes is waning. Justin Fisher, ahoy there, mate. And again, right in the zone. And Allen has spanked it even further this time. Mitchell Stark is not finding his line or length. Pazuzu, ahoy there. Right in the hitting arc perfectly. Mitchell Starkey gave him a sighter with the second delivery, and the third delivery, he just goes bang, 87 meters. Straight over long on, straight over the fence, straight over the first few rows of the crowd. And this is a fantastic start for New Zealand, and you don't get to say that very often against Australia. A slower delivery. Ben Allen doesn't have anything to do with that one. Just plays it away. And a pretty good start here to really the important stuff. This is when the important stuff starts, isn't it, for the T20 World Cup? So yeah, as I was saying, I will be figuring out as we go with the screen overlays and everything. Get there. It'd be nice to have the score up there. I honestly did think that the scoreboard would display on the screen that I've got overlaid down the bottom there, but for some reason that's not a thing that's happening. Starks in again for the fifth delivery. Bang! Straight down the ground. Nearly takes off the umpire's head, and that's 4 more. Where has this guy come from? Where has he been? They've needed him, it seems. Finn Allen is on fire. New Zealand, none for 14. Not even 1 over gone. But Mitchell Stark's just putting it right in his hitting arc. This is really poor bowling, actually. It must be said. I know it's only the first over, but they have warm-ups and everything, don't they? They go through their warm-ups. Will Stark get the last say, though? Fires in a bouncer. And nothing to do with that one. Is it going to be a no ball? No. Yes, Cotton Eye Joe. I thought about it, but then it was just so obvious, wasn't it? Because he hasn't gone. That's the thing. I can't really quote it because he hasn't gone anywhere. He's arrived. Unless where did you go is reference to something else. Like, where did you go to school? Where did you come from? Where did you go to school? Where did you come from? It doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? If those were the correct lyrics. But anyways, I don't know where he came from. I don't know where he's going. But Finn Allen has arrived on the international scene. And it's 14. No wickets down. Andrew O'Grady, did you catch the high? You know what? We had a chat about the score is up. Okay, so it puts the score up at the end of the over. Well, I suppose that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing, I guess. Anyway, we'll figure that out. As I said, this is the first time. This is the first time streaming the cricket, so we'll figure it out as we go along. And now Hazelwood drifts a little bit too far down the leg side with his opening ball, and Conway just finally taps it around the leg side, and it's another 4. And this is a brilliant start for New Zealand. I'm starting to wish I had Conway for over 10 runs in my multi. Yeah, so we were talking about the... Oh, it does. Okay, the scoreboard was just a long way behind. Boo! Ah, boo! Look at him, security moseying on across in front of the sight screen. You know what? That security guard had he had money on New Zealand losing their first wicket at 18 runs. So as the bowler's running in, he's just gone. Have a casual little stroll across the sight screen, that cheeky bugger. So a false start on that delivery for Hazelwood. That's a better line and length, and it's only 1 run. But well played by Devon Conway. Just a little tap down into the offside. Soft hands, takes a single. So, we were talking about the footy, and Michelle sends me a message and says, if Freddie needs to make Freddie needs to make the Fox the captain next year in Origin. And I said, I don't know that we would necessarily go that far. I still think he should have been. Anyways, let's not. Footy's over. Well, the NRL, the Origin. But yes, the Rugby League World Cup is, of course, on at the same time. We got the Rugby League World Cup. We got the T20 Hit and Giggle World Cup for the cricket. Fun time for sports fans. But this has brought Finn Allen back on strike. Now, this should be interesting. Hazelwood, the strike bowler for a strike. And he's gone after him straight away. Doesn't quite get hold of it. But he does find a little bit of a gap. And New Zealand up to none for 20 after 1.3 overs. Uncle Hanakoko. Ahoy there. Welcome along. Up the Black Caps. Off to a fantastic start. I was saying at the top of the stream, New Zealand haven't beaten Australia in any form of cricket since 2011. So they've got history against them here, but they are off to a great start. And now running forward and Conway charges down the pitch at Hazelwood, taking the attack to him and finds the boundary. These two Kiwis are on fire. None for 24. Stunning the home crowd into silence. Hazelwood just dropping it in a little bit short there. The Aussie bowlers have not found their line or length, the length specifically, in the first couple of overs of this one. And as we know, with T20 Hit and Giggle, you don't have a whole lot of time to find the areas you need to drop the ball in when you're bowling. No time to bugger about. You've got to go straight after everything right from the outset. I don't want to jinx anything, but this is a great start. Oh, and I nearly jinxed it because Conway nearly chops onto his stumps there. So I'm going to stop praising anybody. Dustin Fisher, you got to go rewrite your script again. The teacher told me it's good, but more realistic drama. But if it goes to the film department and gets filmed, oh, sweet. Yes, if it's getting filmed, definitely. You know, if you need a voiceover guy to do the trailer, I can do that. It's a short film. Oh, Finn Allen charges down the pitch and Hazelwood crunches him through the offside. 4 more. And even Hazelwood with the Barack Obama meme face. Not bad. Not bad, sir. Who is this Tim Allen kid? Hang on, is his name? No, Finn Allen. Tim Allen is somebody else completely, my God. I don't think Tim Allen's playing tonight, somehow. Jeez. It's tool time. For 2 overs gone, New Zealand, none for 29. Who'd have thought? It is very much early days, as the commentary team is quick to alert us to. Very early days. Far from over, this one. Oh, Conway doesn't quite get hold of that one. Chops it between his legs to the onside. A better length here. Pat Cummins is on. Stark probably only bowls one over to start with anyway, but they've really spanked the Aussie bowlers out of the attack here early on. None for 30. the Santa Claus, yes. Santa Claus was another good Tim Allen film. Well, when I say good, I mean enjoyable. I'll tell you what, my favorite movie that Tim Allen was in, Big Trouble, I believe it was called. Big Trouble. And that's way down the... Oh, no, there was an opportunity for Zampa to take the ball. Cummins has drifted A bouncer down the leg side. Allen has stepped across the front of his stumps, doesn't quite get hold of it. It's gone just above head height for Adam Zampa, which is not very high at all, but it's still above his head. And it breaks through his arms, breaks through his hands, and to the boundary for another 4. The Kiwis get away with that one. And he's moving forward again down the pitch and goes over the top. And that's another 4. Oh, Tim Allen. I'm just going to keep calling him Tim Allen from now on. He's on fire. New Zealand, none for 38 after 2.3 overs. This is a massacre at the moment. Yeah, Big Trouble was one of my favorites. That was the first time I saw Sofia Vergara. All right, that was creepy. I promise to never do that again. And that was more than slightly terrifying. What do Australia do here? They've tried to bounce him. They've tried to find a line and a length, and Allen has just been spanking them all over the park. Stark, Cummins, Hazelwood, it doesn't matter. He's taken the attack to all of them with no fear. Oh, and he's gone over the onside, way over the onside. Hooks that ball perfectly, a little bit too short from Cummins, right at the body. And Allen just says, thank you very much. 33 runs off 12 balls for him. New Zealand, none for 44. This is an amazing start. Last ball of the third over. Plays it away on the offside, finds the gap between the two players, Maxwell and Finch. Finch slides, secures the ball. They will come back for a couple, though. And that is the end of the third over. New Zealand, 46, no loss of a wicket. Catch you later, Dustin Fisher. Mark Wars feeding his face. Oh, he's got another. Here's more food out for him. He's got a second plate waiting. I'll tell you what. Oh, no, he's got somebody with him. And Darren Lehman's there. It's all good. Wolf Lehman. Wolf Lehman, the best coach that the Brisbane Heat have ever had, and also probably the worst coach that the Brisbane Heat have ever had in his second tenure at the head position. All right, so well, we've got a little bit of a break. Let's try and figure out how I can get the commentary up on the screen for you. The text commentary. I mean, who's this? Who's this goof? Is that Stoinis? Oh, it's Marcus Stoinis. No wonder he looks so punchable. Honestly, Marcus Stoinis is probably... Oh, no, actually, Nick Kyrgios. Okay. No, I was trying to say Marcus Stoinis has the most punchable face in Australian sport, but, yeah, Kyrgios. I'm noticing a theme here. I'm noticing a theme, and I'm not going to say it because it will stereotype, and it may... I don't want it... Yes. Anyway, I don't want to bring any racial debates into the chat room, but I'm noticing a theme here. Stoinis, Kyrgios, dickheads. There's a connection there. Anyway, we won't do it. We won't do it. Stoinis in, and has that touched the bat? They're appealing for it. No. No touch, and it's above shoulder height. Glenn Max. I thought it had hit something too. Maxwell was certain that there was a wicket there. I thought it had hit something as well at first. It hasn't. It's missed everything. Good job. I'm not an umpire. Hey, Laura. Hey. Laura's just wandering around out there, not knowing what to do. Okay, so if I have a look at my studio mode, edits up the top live. All right, because we've got some groundwork going on here. Look, we've got a call for some sawdust, so that means I may have a chance here to try and... All right. 35 runs or 13 balls. Finn Allen, where has this man been? Seriously. What an amazing start to this game he's had. All right, we're going to add in here. The sawdust is out early tonight. We're back. Oh, he's had a crack at that outside the off stump, Conway. And it just dribbles through to the keeper. And just fends this away onto the offside for a single. So, who'd have thought Stoinis, Marcus Stoinis is the one that's really... Heel fries. Ahoy there, mate. Who'd have thought that Marcus Stoinis is the one that's really keeping a lid on things here? He's kept the batsman at bay. Sorry, I keep messing with the scoreboard. Oh, and now Allen goes high, deep. Is it deep enough? It is. It's over. It is over the boundary. 6 straight down the ground. He's decided enough of this bollocks. We are going to take on Marcus Stoinis as well. And that's another 6 for Tim Allen. He's on his way to a 50, this bloke. Amazing scenes here. Oh, they've thought about a quick single. The misfield from Stoinis. It gives them the chance. And they do. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pop the text commentary up for you here. So that it's looking a little bit more like my... it's looking a little bit more like my rugby league scoreboard on the stream. Shuffle things around here a little bit. There we go. That's looking good. There we go. We've got ourselves a nice little rolling cricket commentary happening there in text form, and you get to listen to me as well as an added bonus. All right. There we go. Looks like all the players' heads are chopped off, actually, in the in my multi. I do apologize. Yes, as I was saying, it is sort of Yeah, it's sort of our first time covering the cricket here on Wasted Water Sports, so a little bit of a learning curve. Oh, that's straight through him. Hazelwood finds the line, finds the length. Allen has charged again down the wicket, and it's taken middle stump right at the base. There is the first wicket. Josh Hazelwood has come through again for Australia. Oh, he's a strike bowler in the Glenn McGrath mould. Look at that perfect line, perfect length, middle and off stump, rattled. It's 1 for 56. But still an amazing start for New Zealand. They've got some front foot momentum. Hazelwood gets his first wicket, which is good for my multi. That's a half a tick on my multi. I like having ticks against my multi. Nice and early. And Kane Williamson is out now. In at 3. For the Black Caps. We need him to get 10 plus runs to keep this multi alive. Hey, Lara, coming in. Coming to join the party. Yeah, come on. Come in. Come and join the party, Lara. Robert M. Ahoy. How's the League World Cup going? Okay, well, I can tell you first and foremost how extremely disappointing Samoa were. Before a ball had even been kicked off, I actually thought Samoa were going to put up a decent showing, and they may have been a little bit of an underdog for the whole tournament. Maybe. If they could keep a full-strength squad on the field, maybe. Well, if they didn't come out and just get absolutely man-shamed by England in the first game, pulled their pants down with absolutely no resistance whatsoever. So that was really disappointing. And that's the only game that we've really streamed so far, to be honest. Very, very disappointing start. Australia, yeah, Australia are looking good. I think I mean, Australia were always the favourites, weren't they? Similar to this here, the T20 World Cup, you've probably got Australia, India, and then daylight. The T20, the old hit and giggle. Just a little bit of a break in play while the sight screen's being manoeuvred around for the new batsman. Yeah, so for the Rugby League World Cup, I've probably got my eyes on the next game being the next game that we'll stream, unless I'm incredibly bored and just have nothing else to do. Then probably won't be streaming again until the finals, when the finals kick in. Anyway, game back on. And just plays it away into the offside. Williamson's first ball. All right, so we need Williamson to go over 10 runs. Robert M. Yep, I have Australia as favourites here. Here in this game or in the rugby league are we talking about? Hazelwood in again, finding a nice length, nice line, cramping Williamson. Nothing doing for him, just fends the ball off into the offside again. Another dot ball, and Hazelwood has swung this game, as you would expect. The number 1 ranked bowler in the sport. Definitely Australia's best bowler. And he has just turned this game on its head with that wicket. New Zealand had all the momentum. We're looking very dangerous. And now Williamson to the onside. Another dot ball. And this is looking more and more like a wicket maiden for Hazelwood. So don't forget, I'm kind of torn here because I need Hazelwood to take 2 wickets, but obviously I need Williamson to get 10+ runs as well. So this is a battle that I don't really wish to see. Hazelwood versus Williamson. Hazelwood in again. Williamson plays it away, finds a gap in the field and finds the boundary for 4. And that's what we needed. Well, that's what I needed. I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care who wins, who loses. I would say I'm going for New Zealand purely because I like to see an upset in the cricket. And because Australia's got David Warner. Combination of those two things probably lead me to say that I would be going for New Zealand. But right now, we want to see... Oh, no, he's put it in the air. It falls short of the field. Oh, little uppishly played there from Williamson. Heart in the throat stuff there. But now, after 5 overs, New Zealand 60 for 1 loss. Still a good start, but Hazelwood has totally clamped the brakes on here as New Zealand try and set a decent target for Australia to probably chase down in 12 or 13 overs or so. Obviously, I've got a lot of faith in the Black Caps. But yeah, good old Tim Allen. Where did he come from? I've never seen him before, but yeah, he set... Where is this? SCG? He set the SCG alight. The Rugby League World Cup is probably only going to get interesting towards the finals. Oh, and he's nearly chopped on again, Conway. That's about the 3rd time he's done that. But now Cummins is finding his line and length and cramping the New Zealand batsmen. So with that wicket, this game has totally been brought to a halt for New Zealand. And it's Australia wrestling back the momentum. I think we've already got a candidate for the most disappointing team of the T20 Cricket World Cup, and that has to go to the West Indies. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I saw a documentary once about as Cummins charges in again. Oh, Conway trying to get a bit fancy, but it turns out to be a very orthodox shot, and he finds the boundary past a diving Maxwell in the outfield. I don't know what he was trying to do originally, Conway, but it ended up being a very conventional, orthodox shot. And he taps it away on the offside, and it races over the outfield. I saw a documentary on Fox Sports once about the rise and fall of West Indian cricket and cricket in the Caribbean. Cummins in again, right on line with the stumps, and Conway can just do nothing but play it away into the offside. Straight to the fielder, no run. And obviously there's a lot of politics. You know, when you've got that many countries involved in one conglomerate, I suppose we can call it, politics are going to play a big part. Each nation is going to want a bigger say. Who gets the most say in what, and who gets the most players in, and blah, 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 blah. all that sort of stuff. It was bound to happen. And then, of course, the rise, and this was the part that I found the most interesting. Cummins in again for delivery 4. It's a bit wide outside off stump, but it's into the gap where Maxwell has been dropped back into the outfield as cover, and it will just be a single. The rise of the NBA in the Caribbean. That's what I found very interesting. So the West Indies were kind of famous for very, very large men. Big, lanky, fast bowlers. Curtly Ambrose, Courtney Walsh, Ian Bishop. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. But the rise of the NBA in the Caribbean started to see a lot of the youngsters. They didn't want to be fast bowlers anymore. They wanted to be basketball players. And it kind of made me think, it's like, I remember there was a period of time where the Frank Worrell Trophy was all the rage. Australia and the West Indies were probably the two best teams in Test cricket. And the Frank Worrell Trophy was the new Ashes. Like, that's the one. You want it to go over there and you want it to beat the West Indies. That's what Australian cricketers wanted to do. That was an achievement, to go over there into the West Indies' own backyard and beat them. I mean, even beating them over here was a struggle, but somewhere along the line, you know, they started. I remember specifically this coverage, and they were doing an interview with Curtly Ambrose before the game, and he was wearing a Phoenix Suns NBA blazer, like not a blazer, but a shirt. I'm like, oh, Curtly's into the basketball. And that was obviously, when I saw that documentary, remembering that from my childhood, watching that coverage, I kind of went, oh, okay, yes. Suddenly there was obviously this explosion of NBA that it was even going through the current cricket team, let alone all the youngsters coming through. Suddenly, this development pool of big fast bowlers, they started playing basketball all over for Caribbean cricket. All over for the West Indies. And suddenly they weren't a fast bowling force anymore. And anyways, if I haven't made my point already, most disappointing team of the tournament so far have indeed been the West Indies. Dumped out in the preliminary stages, did not even make it through to the Super 12s, probably for the first time in their history. Very disappointing how the mighty have fallen. For a team that used to be unbeatable. Here's Zampa. Zampa's into the attack. We need Zampa for 1+ wicket for the same game multi. We just have to hope that wicket is not Kane Williamson until Williamson's got 10 runs at least. Or more than 11, just to be safe. Because I don't know if when I say, no, 10+ is, even if he gets 10, that's fine. Zampa's first ball is a little bit wide outside off. And Conway just steps into it casually and drills it through with a cover drive to the offside. 4 runs. New Zealand. That's what they needed. Trying to turn this game back again. Full and wide and 4 runs. Thank you, Adam Zampa, says Devon Conway. Better adjustment there. Taps it onto the leg side. Looking for 1, 2. Sticks with the 1. Oh, here we go. Zampa versus Williamson. All right, Williamson just hit a 6. Hit a 6. Hit a 6 and let it be done. And then I can cheer for Adam Zampa comfortably. One for 70. Down the pitch goes Williamson. Taps it down towards long on. And just 1 run again. I love how the SCG has just maintained that retro members stand. I think it's the members stand, isn't it? The one that they don't develop. It's still got that historic vibe to it. Nice. You know what they need to bring back? They need to bring back the old scoreboards, the manual scoreboards that had the guys sitting inside with number boards, placing them up over nails hooked onto the back. Those were the good old days. Williamson, leg side, taps it in, looking for two here, surely. Do they come back for the second? Don't think they did. They just had a little casual stroll through for one. Yes, I remember. I've been up in one of those scoreboards at the Gabba back in the day when the Gabba still had the hill. And they had the old retro scoreboard up the top of the hill. My dad managed to wrangle a tour for me. They didn't let me put... Actually, I don't know. I don't think they let me put any numbers up. I can't remember. But anyway, I did get to be up there. End of Zampa's first over. 74 for 1 New Zealand. 9 runs from it. Decent return. The boundary on the first delivery kind of set up the over so that they could just tap around for singles for the rest of it. Robert M., the stats man in the back. It's the members stand. Also is the Dally M stand, and Don Bradman's stand is there somewhere as well. The lights are on at the SCG. They're warming up. I always found it fascinating how, like, obviously they're a lot bigger than just standard lights, but yeah, I always go into the sports and watching the lights warm up. It's fascinating how they just warm up slowly but surely. Didn't really have a point to that. Stoinis is back on. Mr. Punchable. Mr. Punchy Face.
There has been a lot of rain around Sydney. You're out in the ground.
But New Zealand off to a fantastic start here. 74 for 1. Ben Allen was the guy doing all the damage, though, to be fair. With him back in the pavilion. Stoinis in. Conway struggling to get the ball away again. They're looking for two here. Pushing. That's what they needed to do. That's better. The field is back for Stoinis. Knock it down and look for twos. That's better running between the wickets there. I thought they were a little bit too casual in that last over with Zampa. Some dark clouds hovering over Sydney by the looks of it there. There was obviously a big threat of rain before this match started. Stoinis in for his second delivery. It's down leg side again. Do they push for another two? They don't this time. Just the one. So, I tell you what, if Stoinis is the son of a bitch that ruins my multi, I'll be so upset. I'll be so angry. I already think he's got a punchable face. If he goes and buggers up my multi and takes a wicket here, it'll be on. It'll be on. Stoinis will be public enemy number one. Stoinis will be my Cowboys in cricket. A 4 here for Williamson would be great so I can relax a little bit. Stoinis in. It's short. It's out. It's wide. Williamson cracks it. It's not going to find the fence. Just a single. Pushing it into the offside. Williamson. So, Robert, what I need is... I know this is not the question you asked, but what I'm telling you is what I need is Zampa to get 1 wicket, David Warner to hit a 6, Tim Southey to get a wicket, Kane Williamson to score 10-plus runs, and Hazelwood to get 2-plus wickets. Hazelwood's got 1 wicket. Conway chops it onto the leg side. Do they look for 2 again? It's a soft hit. Just the single again. Okay. Now, to answer the question that you actually asked me, I will turn to the scoreboard. How many overs has Zampa got left? Well, I think Zampa only bowled the 1, I'm pretty sure. So Zampa, Adam Zampa, 1 over. No wicket for 9. And Hazelwood is currently 2 overs, 1 for 19. Oh, it's off the glove of Williamson. They'll steal a single. That will count towards his total, though. No, it's a dot ball. They didn't run. My bad. He obviously got sent back. I do apologize. I thought they ran through there, but they obviously did not. But, yeah, pace off from Stoinis. Williamson was threw his shot way too early there, and it might have caught his glove or the top end of the bat. And yes, good idea not to run there. Matthew Wade had already got the glove off and scooped that one up. Was ready to chuck the stumps down. Last ball of Stoinis is over. It's short. And Williamson just lets it go through. Looking for a no ball and gets the no ball. Oh, look at it. Just accept the call and go back. Oh, God, you just want to punch him right in the face, don't you? Look at him. It would have gone above Andre the Giant's head. Just get on with it. Like, seriously. Just get on with it. Oh, God. Stoinis to try again to finish this over. Williamson cracks him to the leg side. There is protection out in the deep. Maxwell ranging around out there on the onside boundary. Stoinis is none for 17 after 2 overs. New Zealand 1 for 81 after 8. A decent start. Things have really slowed down on the back of the wicket. Finn Allen set the SCG alight with his start. Where's my full scoreboard here? New Zealand's first innings. Finn Allen ended up being bowled by Hazelwood, but he set the SCG alight. 42 runs off 16 balls, which included 5 boundaries and 3 sixes. We'll be seeing a lot more of that guy throughout the course of the tournament, I dare say. Zampa back into the attack here for his second over. Kane Williamson on strike. Okay, Williamson only needs 2 more runs, and then I can put a tick against the first leg of my multi for tonight. Zampa in. Williamson plays forward, looking for a quick single. Are they going to come back for the second? No, they will not. Oh, Williamson, just 1 run away. 1 run away for a tick for Dan's multi. 1 for 82. So Conway, they might just start to... They got a great start. The run rate is still over 10 for New Zealand, so they don't need to do anything stupid. But that being said, they probably want to tap it around for more than just singles at the moment. As Conway plays it onto the leg side for another single. I wonder how many overs Zampa's going to get, because I do need Zampa to get a wicket. Just not Williamson before Williamson gets 10 runs. This could be it here, though. Look, the field's all back. Williamson just needs to tap it onto the leg side like that and take the single. Yes. All right. Have you ever seen anybody get so excited about a man scoring 10 runs before in your life? But I'm excited because Kane Williamson has got 10 plus. That is the first leg of my 5-leg multi done and dusted. We're halfway there with Hazelwood. 2+ wickets. He's got 1 already. All right, Zampa, you can rip through him now, mate. It's all good. Reverse sweep from Conway. Can't beat the fielder. And that's a dot ball. And Conway, reverse sweep. I don't like it. I don't like it. the reverse sweep. Conway down the pitch, tries to go over the top, does go over the top, straight down the ground, onto the black Hessian that covers the seats behind the sight screen. That's what I'm talking about. Put the reverse sweep to bed and just do some conventional, orthodox straight drives down the ground. Boom! 6 runs, 90 metres. That's more like it. Conway. New Zealand, 1 for 90, approaching 100. What the hell is Zampa's excited about something? He's the only one. He is absolutely the only person in the whole of the world. Oh, we're doing a review. Australia have just thrown their review away here. Australia have just thrown their review. It's not a captain's challenge here, is it? Zampa was the only player excited about this one. And I tell you what, he's the only one that gave a toss. So if this is a wicket, then the man's a genius. But I feel like they've just thrown this one away here. Calling for this review early. It does pitch in line. It is pad first. It is pad first, actually. Oh, it's simultaneous. Taupo, ahoy. It does look like it's pad first here. I tell you what, Adam Zampa may have just pulled off an absolute miracle here. And this will be his wicket. And it might be a bit too high, is the other thing to consider here. Conway stepping forward. And over the stumps. There we go. Review has been lost. But actually, that was a lot closer than I give it credit for. It's a lot closer than a lot of us probably gave it credit for. Zampa was the only one in the whole country that was excited about that, though. But it ended up being a very worthy shout. And he very nearly got a wicket out of it. I tell you what, I dismissed it immediately. When it very first happened, I just completely dismissed it. But that ended up being very, very, very close indeed. Mitchell Stark back into the bowling attack. He got absolutely tonked in his first over. Mitchell Stark, 1 over, none for 14. New Zealand have quietened down a little bit since Tim Allen has been sent packing back to the pavilion, though. So maybe he'll have better luck now with the field back as well. Let's see what he can come up with. Kane Williamson on strike for New Zealand. Ball and on the legs. Pushing it down to long on. Just a single. The boundaries have dried up here for the Black Caps. One for 91 after 9.1 overs. Run rate just starting to dip under 10. Just going through the motions here. You get the feeling and that's wide, and then opportunity. Conway chops it, doesn't quite get hold of it. There'll be at least 2. They do get 2 as it pulls up in the outfield there. Conway he's not quite seeing the ball. He's not quite getting hold of it. His timing is not there. He's been out there for 25 balls now. 25 balls, 39 runs, and he is still not making solid, controlled contact. He spent a lot of time down the other end watching Finn Allen do damage. So maybe that's got something to do with it. He's just trying to compose himself. control this innings. They got a great start. They got off to a fantastic start. The best start that they could possibly hope for. They don't want to throw it all away now. 1 for 94. 9.3 overs gone. Stark in again. Williamson plays it away onto the offside. Does he find the gap? He doesn't. Cummins is down there to cover it off, and just a single again for New Zealand. One tick of my multi gone. Kane Williamson had him at 10 plus. I was obviously very confident. I thought about doing him 20 plus, but no. T20. You've got to be careful with T20, don't you? Like it's and chopped on again by Conway. This time it bounces over. This time it bounces over the. They've still got a challenge. How many challenges do you get in cricket? How many challenges do you get in cricket for crying out loud? But anyway, I suppose they lost the last one, so they don't want anything to do with this one. Last ball of the over. Stark. Conway doesn't make contact or control again. It might find the boundary, though. No. Zampa is around to cover that off. 7 from the over. New Zealand 1 for 97. 10 overs gone. This is a pretty good start for them, it must be said. They are on target for a very decent score here to make a contest out of this. I will have myself a very quick break as the players, they're probably having a drink or two right about now. Not the same kind of drinks as me, of course, but yes, they'll be enjoying a little break in between the overs, and I'll be right back. All right, 10 overs gone. New Zealand 1 for 97. 9.7 is their current run rate. And I've got to admit, they're doing a lot better than I anticipated. There's still a long way to go in this one. There's a lot of opportunity for Australia to completely swing this game on its head again. Conway is approaching a half century. Somehow, actually, that'd be a decent thing to have on the score thing, isn't it? I think we need a better score overlay. I think that's all good. What we've got down the bottom there is all good for an overall thing, but we really need something. We need something a bit better up there, don't we? Let's see. What can we come up with? So maybe, maybe that's all good. That might be all good, that play-by-play. All right. Okay. I think I've got this sorted out. Okay. What we're going to do, just temporarily, like I said, this is the first time that we're sort of doing the cricket, so it was going to take some time to set up and figure out exactly what we do with the stream overlays and whatnot. See, footy's easy. The NRL, the rugby, that's easy. That's all so simple. It's just, all right, paste the thing in. Okay. All right, so what we want to do is this one, I reckon. Okay. We'll get this one down a little bit. That just needs to show the last. Right. So we want the summary. Oh, and now Williamson. It drifts onto leg side by Stoinis, and it's absolutely smashed over the leg side. 6. Kane Williamson has decided it's time to go, lads. It's time to go. All right. Oh, God. Okay. I've just completely screwed up the screen. Oh, and Stoinis tries to compensate. Goes way too wide outside off, and he gets away with that one. Conway is back on strike here, but Williamson was thinking leg side again. But no, Stoinis overcompensates to the off. Okay, this is the one we needed. All right. Conway chops it to the leg side. They've got somebody back there, though, Australia. All right, this is looking good. This is looking better. Let's get the current partnership up the top. Nice. And again, Williamson. It's short, and it rides up on him a little bit, but he survives. He survives. All right. We need to work on this. Like I said, this is the first time that we're doing the cricket in any capacity. We'll work on the screen overlays. We'll work on it. We'll figure out the best way to go. Down leg side, Conway again doesn't make solid contact. And Zampa, the boundary rider, down there at third man, gets around and covers it off. Conway just not making, just not timing his shots, not finding the middle. He's been out there for 30 deliveries. He's got 45 runs. And he just, only a couple of times have I seen him make absolute solid, clean contact on the ball. It's quite incredible, actually, to be honest, that he is still out there. And that one just holds up in the pitch. Very, very difficult there. That one just sort of gripped the pitch. $11 overs gone. New Zealand 109 for the loss of just the one wicket. Conway on 46. Williamson 20. All right, let's see. What can we do? See, cricket's very difficult as well, isn't it? Because we've got there's just so many. Oh, and Conway's chopped it again. Honest to God, I tell you what, if you had a multi on Devon Conway chopping the ball back behind his stumps on no less than 5 occasions, you'd have made a killing right now. But as I was saying, yeah, cricket's very difficult, isn't it? Because there's just so much going on. There's so many different little stats and figures and everything that you need to share. And trying to fit that all onto screen. We will work on it, though. We'll work on the screen layout. I reckon we just need probably the batsman scores need to be on there somewhere. This down the bottom is not working for me. I've just replicated exactly what we had set up for the footy, but that's not really working for me. Down the bottom there, where the scores are. Down leg side goes Stark, and it's a quick single for New Zealand. But yes, look, first time doing the cricket in any capacity. We will get it figured out as time goes on. Conway approaching his 50. Going very, very well for himself. New Zealand 1 for 111. Stark in again. Beautiful line and length. Conway can just tap it away to the leg side for another single. The run rate has really been pulled down. The explosive start from Finn Tim Allen and the Black Caps. They're still looking very good, though. Don't get me wrong. This is still a very, very good score. But things have really slowed down. Perfectly placed again, Stark. And just another single. Stark, 2.5 overs. None for 25. Cummins is the one surprisingly been copying an absolute pasting. But he bowled early on when Finn Allen was another perfect delivery from Stark right in the block hole. 5 singles from the over. New Zealand 1 for 114. Just 5 runs from it. Conway, very, very close to a 50 now. But yeah, I reckon that's what we need to do. I'm not liking the bottom. The bottom of the screen works for the rugby league, works for the rugby union. It's not working for the cricket. We need those batsman scores up there. We need the current bowler. Zampa back into the attack. All right, here we go. I can actually cheer Zampa on now because Williamson has got his 10. Zampa. Oh, now Conway charges down the pitch, and he finally connects with one. I still don't think he connected with it perfectly, but he's gone after it, and that's a 6, and what a way to bring up your 50. Salute, sir. Raise the bat. Oh, he's not even raising the bat, I don't think, unless I missed it. There we go. A cheeky little raise of the bat for Devon Conway. 55 runs off 36 deliveries. Zampa puts it right in the slot and just enough on it. Down the pitch again. This time it'll just be a single. They're going to push for two. They are pushing for two. Taking on David Warner. And the throw is wide, and it's an easy two at the end. Great running between the wickets. New Zealand just starting to up the ante a little bit here now. They've gone through their feeling out phase after the loss of the wicket of Finn Allen. They're starting to get a move along now. I guess they've probably decided the Zampa is the way to go. This is who we're going to attack. Zampa wide. Chopped by Conway onto the offside. Cummins is back, covering that offside boundary, and he picked him out perfectly. Just a single. One for 123 after 12.3 overs. What an amazing start this is for New Zealand. It really is. Zampa 2.3. Okay, I really do need Zampa to get a wicket for my multi. That's a little wide, chopped onto the offside again. Maxwell, who's dropped back this time, covering that boundary. Just a single. Zampa's not playing for a wicket at the moment. They're just trying to limit runs, and that sort of suggests to you that New Zealand might just be a little on top here. Oh, he's tempted Conway there. That one was just a little more full. Where Conway hit the six on delivery one, Zampa has just drifted it a little fuller. Good bowling. Risky. Good bowling, though. Tempting the batsman who's just tonked him for six into the exact same shot. Pitching the ball a little more full. And Conway doesn't quite get hold of it, and it's just a single. But could easily have been a wicket if things went a little differently. Oh, and that's plumb. That's got to be gone. The reverse sweep has been pulled out by Williamson. What have I just said? What have I just said about the reverse sweep? Stay orthodox. Stick with your typical cricket shots. Williamson has gone for the review, but seeing it live, I thought that was absolutely plumb. You pull the reverse sweep out at your own peril. Well, it's all good. I'm cheering for a wicket here because I've got Zampa for a 1+ wicket. Williamson has already got his 10+ runs. I would be more than happy for a wicket to be given here. And we get another tick on my multi. It's been reviewed. The goddamn reverse sweep. Why? Has it pitched outside leg? That could be the only thing that saves him here. Well, actually, has he clipped it? Has Williamson clipped it, the ball here? The bottom of the bat as it passes through. No, it's missed the bat completely. He's missed it completely. It takes him on the pad around ankle height. Right in front of the stumps. That is about as plumb as you get. Reverse sweep. He could have just tonked that away on the leg side for at least a couple of runs. But no, he has to try and get fancy. Pinky out fancy. And he's cost himself his own wicket here. Absolutely plumb. Good night, Kane Williamson. He got his 10, though. And that's a wicket for Zampa. So that's another tick on my multi. New Zealand lose their second wicket. New Zealand, after 13 overs, 2 for 125. But I've got 2 legs of my multi done and dusted. Hazelwood's already taken 1 wicket. So we are very nearly ready to tick off a third, because surely Hazelwood gets another wicket while the batsmen are hitting out, looking for quick runs. That was a very important wicket for Australia. A very important wicket for my same-game multi. Things are looking good all around here. Glenn Phillips coming in at number 4 for New Zealand. 125 for 2, 13 overs gone. Zampa, 3 overs, 1 for 29. Boy, did I need that, because he's probably only got 1. Oh, no, he'd probably have... No, does he have 1 or 2 overs left? What do they normally bowl here in the T20? 4 or 5? Sorry, and just playing with my hair. Cummins back into the attack for his third over. He's none for 22 at the moment. Conway on strike. Plays it delightfully into the offside. Doesn't quite beat the fielder, and that is the only reason that was not 4. But the throw back to Maxwell is very sloppy, and they will come back for another run on the back of that. Reverse sweep, seriously, like, am I alone in thinking that the reverse sweep does a lot more damage than it actually succeeds? Like, honestly. Honestly. Enough with the reverse sweep. Devon Conway has been out there for 39 deliveries now. He's got his 50, his 59 runs, but he still hasn't really been striking the ball with any sort of timing or, you know, he's really bobbled quite a few deliveries, and he's chopped on, very luckily not taking his own stumps out in the process many, many times. Cummins to Phillips, right in the block hole to start. Right on line with the stumps. You miss, I hit. Phillips taps it down into the offside for no run. Come on, my multi. Let's do this. Cummins in again. Again, mirror image of the last delivery. And Phillips blocks it back to the bowler. No run. 2 dot balls in a row now for Australia. We haven't seen that very often in this innings. All right. Again, a mirror image of the last delivery. Played into the offside, finds the gap. That raced along the outfield. I tell you what, I was so casual in the commentary because that was a nothing shot. A little bit too full, a little bit too wide there from Cummins. Trying the exact same delivery. And he just angles the bat and follows through. And it races along the outfield and finds the gap in the field. Perfectly placed. And 4 for Phillips. Oh, they're hustling back for 2, putting pressure on the outfield. The throw is atrocious. The throw is absolutely atrocious. Hazelwood showing why he's a bowler and not a fielder. And they hustle back for 2. So this ends up being a decent over for New Zealand after those dot balls. One delivery left in this over. Cummins, 2.5 overs, none for 31. Has done no damage at all. Cummins, unusually quiet. And there's a dot ball to finish. New Zealand, 134 for 2. 14 overs gone. Time to start hitting out, I think. Time to start smashing. They've got a great foundation set here. They've set the foundation. Time to build upon it. New Zealand. Very, very unlikely, in my opinion, very unlikely. Slightly ahead at this stage, maybe. Cricket's obviously a hard game to predict. You know, you can't say too much until both teams have batted. You know, a team gets absolutely skittled out for 105 or something, and you go, oh, that was pretty terrible. But you don't know. You just don't know until both teams have batted what the conditions are actually like out there. And that's what makes it so intriguing. Zampa in for his last, maybe potentially his last over. He's already got his wicket and ticked off my multi, so that's fine. I don't care what happens with him from now on. Sitting in a pretty good position with my multi here, to be honest. Caddy, ahoy there, mate. Is that Happy Gilmore in your avatar? That's fantastic. Happy Gilmore. What a great movie. Phillips on strike. Zampa in again. A little wide. Just plugs it into the offside. Chops it with a cut into the offside. Maxwell riding the boundary down there. Only one run on offer. So when do New Zealand go? When do they decide to go? And I mean really go. Start just trying to hit everything for 6. Might be a little bit too early is what they're thinking after the platform that's been laid by their opening batsman. That's wide down leg side from Zampa, and it must be called. It is called. That's a free run. And as far as I can remember, only the second free extra given away by Australia so far tonight. Oh, and a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. He got his foot down. Wade goes for the stumping, but I think we're all good. Not even an appeal. A massive air swing by Conway, and he falls over. He gets his foot back down, always down. Falls on his ass. Does a tumble and a roll. The gymnastics judges give it a, well, actually, probably about a 2 out of 10 for the tumble and roll. But in cricket terms, that's a 10. Conway, straight down the ground. It was in the slot. Zampa just presents a gift, and Conway says, thank you very much. It's not Christmas, but I'll take it. 4 runs straight back down the ground. Perfect straight drive down the ground. 4 runs for New Zealand. Have they decided to go? We'll find out. There, it's in the slot again. A little bit cramped up that time, but he manages to squeak it away on the offside for 2. It wasn't the most effective looking shot that you'll ever see, but he's even having a laugh about it. Conway himself is having a bit of a chuckle over that one. But that last delivery, that was a beautiful drive straight down the ground. Last ball of Zampa's over on the legs. Taps it around for 1. Do they want 2? Probably not. Oh, they're pushing for 2. No, they're not. They were being cheeky. Just the single. Conway goes to 70 runs off 45 deliveries. 15 overs gone for New Zealand here. 144 for 2. Zampa finishes his 4th over at 1 for 39. Oh, it would be a very, very bold call to say that that New Zealand are on top here, but they have definitely got themselves off to a very good start. All right, I'll have a quick break in between overs. I'll be right back. Hazelwood back into the attack for his 3rd over. All right, we need him for a wicket. We've got Hazelwood in the multi for 2+ wickets. Caddy says, I put my back out once from trying the Happy Gilmore swing. I can't be the only one. Certainly not the only one who tried the Happy Gilmore swing. I can say that for certain. Probably not the only one to put your back out either. I tell you what, when Happy Gilmore came out, I bet that was a nightmare scenario for driving ranges and golf clubs worldwide, with people trying that. Even still to this day, on the rare occasion that I go to the driving range for a few drinks and a swing, you still see people trying the Happy Gilmore. Ah, what a nightmare scenario for all the golf clubs and driving ranges around the world on the back of that movie. But certainly one of Adam Sandler's best, I dare say. I think that's a fair statement. One of Adam Sandler's best movies. And to be totally fair to Adam Sandler, the dude's been in a lot of good movies. He's been in some absolute shockers as well. Let's be completely honest. He's been in some atrocious, just forgettable, like let's not even acknowledge their existence movies. But he's also been in some pretty decent ones too, let's be fair. Oh, I'll tell you what, speaking of cricket, funnily enough, because we happen to be streaming the... Anyway, that series, the World Series documentary, World Series cricket drama that was on, I think it was on Stan. I think it was called How's That? And it was a pretty good series. It was like a docu-series of how World Series cricket was born. Oh, Australia have reviewed again. How many review? Okay. I'm used to the rugby league, all right? I'm used to the rugby league. I'm used to the rugby union. You get one challenge, and that's it. I've never seen so many reviews go upstairs before. So what do they get? They must get 3 or something, do they? Well, anyways, Australia have wasted all of theirs. Oh, straight down the ground goes Phillips. Into the gap, 4 runs. Robert M says, oh, it was on 9. Okay, yeah, 9. Stan Sports is owned by Channel 9, right? That's a good question. I thought... Okay. Who owns Stan Sports? Who owns Stan Sports? Let's find out. 9. Okay. Right. That makes sense then. That makes total sense. Channel 9. It's now available on Stan. There you go. Devon Conway, 71 runs off 46 balls. I don't think... Well, he's only made like... Let's have a look, actually. Let's bring up the stats. Let's not speculate. Let's report with accuracy. Let's report with some accuracy here. And let's see. How much control has Devon Conway had in his innings here? Because I don't feel like it's really been a lot. All right, where do I click to find this out? New Zealand definitely on top here, though. They've got themselves off to a fantastic start here. 2 for 151. 15.5 overs gone. Oh, here we go. Conway, 72 runs, 47 deliveries, 5 fours, 2 sixes, 77% control. See, 77% control. That's not necessarily very good, is it? He's chopped a lot behind him. Oh, that's very wide from Hazelwood. That's very wide from Hazelwood. Matthew Wade trying to sucker the umpire into not calling it, but that was extremely wide. They're blowing up again, the Aussies, but I don't know why. I mean, that was so wide. Oh, that's straight up in the air. It should be caught. It should be a wicket for Hazelwood. It is caught and bowled. And I tell you what, not only is it a wicket, it is another tick on the multi for me. We've only got 2 left to go, and I am a winner. Hazelwood takes his second wicket. A tick on the multi for 2+ wickets for Hazelwood. And I tell you what, the best thing that happened to me, Australia, just me and Australia, and Hazelwood personally, I suppose. He was pissing and moaning about that last ball being called a wide, and look what happens the very next delivery, gets himself a wicket. So there's a lesson in it. I think there's a lesson in that, personally. Great news for me. It's another tick on the multi. All I need now is David Warner to hit 1 6. Just 1 single 6. And Southey to get a wicket. My multi's looking good. I've got to say, I'm feeling very happy about where we are at with my same game multi here. Hazelwood takes his second wicket. He had a piss and a moan about a wide being called, but it's ended up earning him an extra delivery, and that extra delivery has yielded a wicket. New Zealand 3 down now for 152. 4 overs left in the innings. They should end up with at least 190 here, New Zealand. That should be the target, at least. A minimum of 190. Anything less than 190, Australia would be taking that as a small victory. Stoinis back into the attack. Ball and on line with the stumps. It beats the fielder and it will race away to the boundary for 4. Conway, perfectly timed. And that's going to improve his percentage of control, which was only 77% coming into this over. Another boundary for the Black Caps. Stoinis, short ball this time. It just grips in the pitch again. Gripping the pitch, slowing up. Those short deliveries are proving very difficult to get away. Hazelwood there, they're just showing a replay of the Hazelwood wicket. He's probably thinking that's justice. That's justice, that is. Justice for that call that went against me. Stoinis in again. Oh, and Neesham's gone after it. Hasn't got hold of it at all. And it's juggled in the outfield by Warner on the bounce. Not a dropped catch. On the bounce. Juggles out of his hands. It will just be a single. And Conway back on strike. $158 for 3 here in New Zealand. Looking good. Must be said. That must be said that they've got a much better start than anybody probably anticipated. Stoinis in again. Chopped away onto the offside for Conway. Just a single. His half-century of deliveries is up. 78 runs. He's had a fantastic game so far. Devon Conway. Despite the lack of control on a lot of his shots, look, he's got away with it. $190 at minimum, I'm saying. Anything less than that has been a disaster after the start they've got off to. Neesham hooks it onto the onside. Protection back there. Hazelwood, Cummins it might have been. No, I think it's Hazelwood back there. Just a single. $160 for 3. Last ball of the over for Stoinis. His 4th. 3.5 overs, none for 35. None for 37, actually, at the moment for him. All the gaps in the outfield are on the offside. So you should imagine this will be leg side targeted. Oh, it was. Tell you what, though, Conway could have stepped back and had a go at that. A little bit of a hack, but they're just going through the motions here in New Zealand. I'm surprised. There's only 3 overs left. I thought you would take a little bit more chance, some more risks. There's only 3 overs left here. And they're happy to just do this in singles. Take the 1 boundary per over, do the rest in singles. I find that surprising. The platform that's been built, they probably realistically should have been eyeing off a couple of hundred here after the start they got. It's not as easy as that, I know. It's easy for me to stand here and say that, not being out there in the middle, but the start that they got off to was immaculate, and I think anything less than 190 is just absolutely disastrous. And there's 3 overs left. They do need to get a little bit of a wriggle on here. Cummins, 3 overs. None for 31 at the moment. Back into the attack. There we go. Conway chops it onto the offside. Fielder is back. Stark is there. Just a single again. $17.1 overs gone. Anyway, my multi's looking good. So, during the run chase, we just need David Warner to hit a 6. Any 6. And Tim Southey to get a wicket. Any wicket. And I'll have won. Oh my God, Neesham has just gone bang onto the onside. That was right in the slot. Thank you very much. 6 runs. Smash. $89 meters into the crowd. Juggled, and I think he might have dropped it. Old mate there in the crowd watching on. Not expecting that ball. And that's a wide. That's got to be a wide. Way too wide outside. Matthew Wade's blowing up. Oh, careful, Wade. You're going to overtake Stoinis as the most punchable git in the Australian lineup if you're not careful. They're under a little bit of pressure here, Australia. Forcing them into errors. Neesham on strike for the actual third delivery. Goes again over the offside. Bounces in front of Stark. There's only one player back on the offside, and he picked him out. Luckily, didn't get hold of it enough to go straight down his throat there. Devon Conway back on strike. 80 runs or 52 deliveries. Looking good. Remember, I'm saying 190. If they don't get 190 plus. Look, 190, even where they are now, is a defendable total. That's wide. Cummins, his second wide of the over. New Zealand have already achieved a defendable total. But after the start that they got off to, is what I'm saying. At least 190 is what's required here. The more the merrier, as they say. Cummins in again. Cummins in again. Again, targeting the offside. Chops it down for a single. Conway. $172 for 3. 17.4 overs gone. Things looking very good for my same game multi. Adam Zampa got his wicket. Kane Williamson got his 10 plus runs. Josh Hazelwood got his 2+ wickets. We're all over to the run chase now, where I just need David Warner to hit a 6, any 6, and Tim Southey to get a wicket. And it will be a win for me regardless of the result. Oh, that's a that's a full toss by Cummins, and he gets away with that one. Neesham, they're coming back for two. It's tight, but it's good running. Two more runs for New Zealand. I reckon they're eyeing off 200. They've got to be eyeing off 200. The platform that was built for them at the start, they have to be eyeing off 200. I think they would be happy with 190 or thereabouts, maybe slightly either side of 190. Neesham goes. It might be out here. It's straight up in the air. No, it falls way short. He didn't even get close to getting hold of that, and it will just be the one run. Two runs they came back for. Good running again. 176 for 3. 2 overs to go in this innings. Conway, 81 or 53 deliveries. Neesham, 13 off 6. New Zealand on top here. Dare I say it, New Zealand on top. Five extras. Half of those have been Cummins and his wides. Three for 176. I'm glad that... Okay, I don't want to get too excited, but I'm saying I'm glad that I tuned in for this. I was 50-50 about it all. I thought this T20 World Cup was Australia's to lose. If they basically get beaten in their first game out, that swings this whole tournament on its head, doesn't it? In the zone, Conway can't put it away. Just a single. What can they come up with? The last 2 overs of the innings. Stark. None for 27 off his 3.1 so far. Mitchell Stark. The leg side is well and truly covered off. All the space is in the air on the offside. Stark in again. Oh, perfectly placed. Right in the block hole. Yorker, perfectly placed. Just a single. And if they can get away with just 12 runs, 12 or less in the last 2 overs here, boy, would that be a total swing in the momentum of this game. Australia are 1 over behind. 1 over behind. That's why Stark's racing through here. Conway chops it in the air. Moving forward. Bounces in front of the fielder. Stoinis tried to get to it. It bounces just in front of him. And it'll be 2 runs for New Zealand. It was a good effort there from Stoinis. I may not like the guy, but I will always give credit where credit is due. The ball, again, pitched a little bit shorter, holding up in the pitch. These short balls are just gripping into the pitch. And the pace is coming off. And that got Conway in all sorts. And it just chipped up in the air and falls perilously short of Stoinis in the outfield. Right on line with the stumps. Fuller delivery this time, just a single. Singles are... I think singles are not too bad, actually. Singles are not that bad. I mean, this Australian batting lineup can really... Like, the New Zealand batsmen did damage. This Australian batting lineup is capable of doing 2 times the damage New Zealand are. Let's be honest about that. They are the best team in the world for a reason in this format. Australia, I'm pretty sure. Unless the full toss gets away with it. Just 1 run. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the world rankings, Australia are number 1 in T20 cricket. So, you know, they can chase down 190 easily. with overs to spare. That's why I'm thinking after the start that New Zealand got, they'll be disappointed, I think, if they don't get at least 200 here. And 200's not on anymore. Actually, 200's not on anymore. Oh, through the gap. Devon Conway just steps back and drives it through the offside for 4 runs. It's like he must have me in the earpiece. Devon Conway has got Wasted World of Sports in the earpiece and has just gone, 200's not on, hey, you son of a bitch. Bang! How about that? 200 might be back on now. But I tell you what, 190 is acceptable. More than acceptable. Can I just say more than acceptable? I'm just saying that the start that they got, the platform that was laid by Finn, Tim Allen, they were on course for a couple of hundred here. So Australia have done well to pull it back. But then New Zealand have done very, very well to wrestle the momentum back again and get themselves up to 186 for 3 after 19 overs. Been a very, very good effort. So yeah, look, don't get me wrong. This has been a great effort all around. They might not get their 200. They might not get their 190 even. This is still a very defendable total, and it's going to take a lot of concentration and skill and effort from Australia to chase this down. But they can do it. Dot ball to start for Hazelwood. Just what the doctor ordered for Australia. They need a few more of those. Neesham on strike. Gets it past the fielder. It's tapped down. It'll just be the 1. They're coming back for 2. No. You don't come back for the 2. You've got Conway, 89 off 57. Or you've got Neesham, who was 15 off 9 before that ball. You don't come back for the 2. You let Conway take the strike. It's the last over. That could be a game-changing decision right there. That could be a game-changer. Hazelwood in for his 3rd delivery. Neesham's gone for it. Doesn't get hold of it by any stretch of the imagination. You get the feeling that if Conway were on strike there and it was put in the slot like that, surely Conway gets hold of it. And there we go. That choice to run for the 2 may have just cost them about 4 or 5 runs there. Three deliveries left in the innings. 189 for 3. They're looking likely to get their 190, which I said was a minimum after the start that they got off to. Hazelwood in. Oh, Conway has just tried. That's the end of Conway. Oh, he gets away with it. It's gone over the field. Racing towards the boundary. Stark slips. Nearly falls on his big face. And they come back for a 3rd. And I tell you what, Conway has just got away with murder there. What was he doing? He's walked across the stumps. Outside edge. Pops up into the air. And it beats the field. Amazing. Amazing. Conway goes to 92 or 58. He's not going to get his century. Neesham's on strike. New Zealand have got their minimum. 192. Neesham goes. Straight to long on. Just the single. Oh, they come back for 2, and it should be run out. It's not. Wade's missed the stumps. Oh, Wade had an eternity there. Matthew Wade could have held that ball. He took the ball high above his head. He had plenty of time to plant himself and toss that ball back on the stumps. But he's tried for the miracle shot. He had time to fall back down, plant himself, and just underarm that onto the stumps. But he's gone for the miracle. He's gone for the showmanship. And it's the last delivery of the innings. Can it be a 6 for Neesham? He's gone for it. It's flat. It's low. It's 6. And New Zealand get to 200 runs. The 6 was required. New Zealand 200 for 3 at the end of their innings. What an effort. You don't want to jinx anything, but they are on top here after that. Right in the slot, and Neesham just goes bang over long on. Sorry, he's a left-hander. Over long on. New Zealand 3 for 200 at the end of their 20 overs. They have sent a warning signal here to the host nation. Game on. Game on. Wow. Alrighty. This makes it a very exciting prospect. It really does. This could have been dead and buried after a couple of overs. Could very easily have been all over. But New Zealand have just come out on the foundation laid by Tim Allen. 42 runs off 16 deliveries. And that was the start that they needed. And they've ended up 200 runs, 200 runs for 3 wickets down. What a start. And surely, I would say Robert M as well, that Warner gets a 6 and Southey gets a wicket for sure. I'm feeling pretty good about my concerns about my same game multi were all in this innings. It was all in this first innings. Once Australia won the toss and elected to bowl, my concerns were all in what was going to happen here. This first innings. I'm feeling pretty good at the moment about everything. Yep. I might... jeez. I don't know. I might have been feeling slightly better, I suppose, if I had Warner also on 10+ rather than the 6. But Warner's a 6-hitter, isn't he? David Warner's a 6-hitter. So, yeah. No, I'm feeling pretty good. Southey could be the one to let me down. But we'll see. Very competitive score set here from New Zealand. 3 for 200 at the end of their 20 overs. The run chase will be coming up. All right. I'm going to have a break in between innings. Australia need 201 runs to win. From 20 overs, they need to score at 10.05 runs per over to chase down this total. Oh, God, Robert M., you're right. Maybe I should have gone Maxwell to hit a 6. Maybe I should have gone Maxwell to hit a 6 rather than Warner. Oh, you've made me very nervous now. But anyways, we'll see. Run chase coming up very soon. I'm going to have myself a nice little break. A nice little innings break. And we'll be back for the run chase very, very soon. Australia need to chase down 201. Can they do it? Can New Zealand break the Australian hoodoo? Remember, they have not won in any form of cricket on Australian soil since 2011. Can the curse be broken tonight? They've given themselves the best possible opportunity to do so on the back of their 20 overs. The run chase coming up on Wasted Water Sports. We'll be back. Alrighty, Wasted Water Sports, welcome back. We are here for the run chase. The Australian batsmen are out on the field. New Zealand have absolutely turned this game on its head. I don't think anybody would have anticipated that they would get off to the start that they did. I had them picked after the foundation that was laid. I had them picked for 190 at most, at least. Least/most. They ended up 3 for 200 at the end of their 20 overs. Australia with it all to do here. The run chase is on. We need David Warner to hit 1-6. Just 1-6. 1-6 is all. 1-6 is fine. And it'll be another tick on the same game multi. But New Zealand have got a huge score here to defend. Can they do it? Can they break the hoodoo? Trent Bolt, the first delivery. Perfect line, perfect length. Swinging the ball away from David Warner. And it's no run. And boy, do they have their tails up here, the Black Caps. Great fielding as well. That could have easily snuck through the field, but a diving stop. Starting to think that Trent Bolt might have been a better option as my wicket taker multi than Southey. And swinging the ball away from Warner and beats him clean. Warner just hangs the bat out. And it scuffles on through. Just poking his bat at him, David Warner. Oh, it's all smiles. It's all smiles for New Zealand. They are well on top here. 2 dot balls to start this. Bolt in again. Straight to the fielder. 3 dot balls in a row. The perfect start for the Black Caps. The Australian fans in the crowd are still full of life. The Aussie, oi, oi, oi chants in full effect. Fourth ball of the run chase. Oh, he's edged it, and it beats the fielder, and it races away for 4. Oh, New Zealand, they've only got 1 slip in, and it beats him. Neesham. Oh, it was painfully close to his fingertips. But Trent Bolt, he's all smiles because he knows that he beat Davey Warner. All ends up with that one. The ball swinging back away from Warner, clean outside edge, and it is just perilously wide of the slips. Oh, I tell you what, you win some, you lose some. You make your own luck, I suppose, in this game. And now Warner wants no part of it, trying to throw Bolt off his rhythm here. Warner steps away from the run-up. He beat him absolutely clean with that delivery, though, it must be said. Perfect placement, perfect line and length. Clean outside edge. And Warner taps this one down for a single. Gets himself off strike. Survives, it must be said, survives. That would have been disastrous for my same game multi. So part of me is kind of glad that it didn't happen. But at the same time, I want to see an upset. We want to see upsets here at the T20 Cricket World Cup. And what bigger upset there would have been for the hosts to be knocked off in the first game of the Super 12 rounds. Finch on strike. Here's the chance for a wicket. Oh, and he's beaten him clean. Finch swings and misses, beats everything. What an opening over by Trent Bolt. None for 5, Australia. And I tell you what, 4 of that 5 were as lucky as could possibly be. with the outside edge racing away to the boundary. Fantastic start from Trent Bolt, though. And I'll tell you what, though, Tim Southey is the one that I need to take a wicket. But for the purposes of my same-game multi, it'd be nice if that wicket was not David Warner until the son of a bitch has hit a 6. We need him to hit a 6. One over down, though, in this run chase. Australia none for 5. New Zealand absolutely with their tails up here. In incredible scenes. In all honesty, I thought New Zealand would get skittled out for about 110, 115. So they've done really well to end up 200. They have set Australia one hell of a target here. One absolute hell of a target to chase down. All right, Southey is into the attack for the second over. Southey is part of my multi, but we don't want him to take David Warner's wicket until Warner's hit a 6. He's gone. Oh, he's bowled him. What? I just said this is not what we want. There goes my multi. My multi is shot to pieces, and Southey has just absolutely skittled David Warner's stumps. He had him all at sea there, and he has clean, but well, not clean bowled him because he did get some bat on it. Oh, that's unlucky. I tell you what. How unlucky can you possibly get? Warner has hit the ball into his own hip, and it is reconnected with the bat on the follow-through and gone into the stumps. That is unlucky. David Warner is out. My same-game multi is shot to pieces. Southey gets a wicket, though. Southey gets a wicket. That is so unlucky. Tim Southey gets a wicket. David Warner does not hit a 6. So my multi is shot to pieces. Oh, I was so painfully close, though. That is painful. I don't know if they do bet returns on the cricket, Robert M. I honestly don't know if they do bet returns on the cricket if you fail one leg. That is painful. All he needed to do was hit a 6. But what a turn up, what a start to defending this total for New Zealand. And now Southey is straight onto line and length against Mitchell Marsh. Mitchell Marsh, tell you what, here's a topic of conversation. Mitchell Marsh, what photos does he have and who are they of that he keeps getting selected in this team? I don't think they do bet returns on the T20 cricket, to be honest, Robert M. I think I'm absolutely balls out of luck. On a mix-up. Oh, and confusion in the middle, but a misfield by New Zealand. Australia are at odds and ends here in this run chase. 1 for 6, or 6 for 1, whichever way you want to say it. 1.3 overs gone. Southey got my wicket, but unfortunately he got the wicket of David Warner. Oh, so close. This was the feeling all NRL season too, Robert. All NRL season. I was just so close. Oh, and that's drifting down leg side. Takes Finch on the pad, though. No. Not out. And New Zealand, they have started their defense just like they started their attack. A hiss and a roar. Their tails are up. They are well on top in this contest. I think with that early wicket of Davey Warner, we can officially say New Zealand are on top in this contest. Finch charging down the pitch. Finds the fielder, though. Williamson. Dot ball. Almost 2 overs gone here. 6 for 1 Australia. Marsh, 1 run off 2 deliveries. Finch, none of 3. An absolute dream start for the Kiwis so far. Another one could see Southey goes in. Finch, oh, he plays that away. Not with a lot of confidence. And Southey ends the over 1 for 2. What a start for New Zealand. Australia perilously dangling here at 7 for 1 after 2 overs. That run rate is very quickly blowing out for them. Remember, they needed to go at over 10 and over to chase this down to begin with. And they've had two very quiet overs to start this game and the loss of a wicket. Oh, and that's better. Finch has just gone smack. Cracks it onto the leg side. He says, enough of this bollocks. I've got a lead from the front here. And that is a massive 6. That might be the biggest 6 we've seen so far in the game. Aaron Finch. Ron Finch. Bang. Right in the zone. Gone. Way, way, way back. And now the pressure is on Trent Boult to answer the challenge that's been put forward here. What can he come up with? Oh, there's a statue in the crowd. He comes up with a decent delivery, but Finch gets it through. He gets it through mid-on and mid-off, and it races over the outfield for 4. He splits the fielders with ease, perfectly, right down the middle, and that just raced away the outfield. Four runs straight down the ground, and that's 10 off the first 2 deliveries. The pressure back on Boult, back on New Zealand. And that's a better delivery there, forcing him onto the offside and a dot ball. Australia 17 for 1, 2.3 overs gone. We are, of course, in the power play. Can't believe of all the people to dismiss Southey gets the dismissal, which is great, but unfortunately he got the dismissal of David Warner, and that is the end of my multi. And again, better line and length from Boult, forcing Finch onto the offside where the field is stacked, and he picks out the man there for another dot ball. Australia 17 for 1. Target 201. Hey, Lara. How are you? Outside edge. That was not a clean shot by any stretch of the imagination. It races over the outfield again, but great fielding down there by New Zealand. Saves the 4. But there should be, there should have been 3 there. There should have been 3. But only 2. And I tell you what, if New Zealand win this game by 1 run, there's your moment right there. Tapping the ball back, saving a boundary. And then Australia not taking on the throw for the 3rd, and the throw was hideous, to be fair. They could have easily got the 3rd. But no, certainly no authority in that shot by Finch. And again, forcing him onto the offside for a dot ball. End of the third over. Australia 19 for 1. New Zealand still just slightly on top here. Steve Smith there. Watch it. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. If he reaches into any of his pockets. Obviously, if he reaches into his pockets while he's sitting on the bench, it's not going to do any good, is it? But you all understand the joke. You know what I'm getting at. You all understand it. And New Zealand turning to spin nice and early. Santa is coming into the attack. Mitchell Marsh on strike. Santa, of course. Oh, sliding the ball on, indeed. And that one, yeah, that really skipped on. Marsh had to get the bat down very quickly. Yeah, we've seen Santa floating around, of course, in the Big Bash. What can he come up with here? That was a good start to his over. Not letting Marsh free up his arms. He's gone for it. He finds the gap, and that'll be 4. There was not a lot of authority in the shot, it must be fair to say. He didn't hit it as cleanly as he wanted to, but he got enough on it to find the gap, and it just races over this outfield. Four runs. Right off the toe of the bat, really. Maxwell's all helmeted up, padded up, ready to come in next. Oh, and that one skids on down the leg side. Beats Marsh, hits him on the pad, but down leg side and probably a little bit too high as well. But a great response from Santa, giving away a boundary the last delivery. Look at that. This dude looked like salad fingers. Does anyone remember salad fingers? Dude's got some long, lanky fingers, and I guess that's what you need as a spin bowler. Outside off, right in the zone, Mitchell Marsh. Boom, 6. Oh, Robert M., that's your fault. No, hang on. Sorry, Robert. I take it all back. You were talking about Maxwell. I was just remembering an earlier conversation where I said I might regret. I was torn between Warner and... Actually, did I say that I was torn between Warner and Marsh for a 6? And then you chimed in and said, so is Maxwell. I've got it the wrong way around. I thought you said Marsh. Okay, never mind, Robert. It's all good. I don't blame you at all. I got the M's mixed up there. It was actually me that said Marsh, I think. Oh, well, hasn't this just screwed me up? I was torn between Warner and Marsh for a 6 hit. Southey, my wicket taker for New Zealand, gets Warner out. I would have won my multi right there and then. Right there with that last ball. I would have won my multi had I gone with Marsh over Warner. And that's why multis pay so well, isn't it? And that's in the air, straight to the fielder. Oh, Finch has just picked him out perfectly, almost as if it was pre-planned, premeditated. Said, I'm going to go have a seat right now. Straight down his throat. All over for Aaron Finch. Aaron Finch. Back to the pavilion. Australia lose their second wicket. And Satner takes a wicket, the last ball of his over. Australia 30 for 2. 4 overs gone. New Zealand on top. New Zealand well on top. Kane Williamson with the take. The easy catch straight down his throat. Australia with it all to do now. They have got it all to do. I would even go as far as to say right now, this is New Zealand's game to lose. The position that they've got themselves in, the score that Australia have to chase down, the early wickets that they've taken, this is now officially New Zealand's game to lose. Glenn Maxwell out to bat. What can he come up with? Can Glenn Maxwell come up with a Michael Bevan-style innings and wrestle victory from the jaws of defeat here for Australia? True Michael Bevan style. What a turn-up to start this tournament, the Super 12 stage of this tournament. Chipped over the leg side here, Marsh. Nobody back. 4 runs. He didn't get it cleanly, but he got more than enough of it. And Southey just drifting a little too far on the pads there. And that's a gift. Fine leg, not back. Which suggests that's not where he intended to bowl the delivery. 4 runs it is. Easy as you like. Marsh goes to 16 off 9. Chips it to the offside. Uppishly. Dangerously close to the bowler. But a dot ball. Australia 34 for 2. Oh, so painfully close to my multi. What a start. What a start to the tournament it would have been to win a multi on the first live stream. Oh, swing and a miss. It's hit him on the pad. Southey appeals. Oh, he wants it. He wants it. It's a little too high, I think. It's a little high. They're questioning going up for it. Completely beat Mitchell Marsh. It wrapped him on the back leg. They don't review, and probably a good decision, to be honest. He's missed it. It's hit his back leg, and it's a bit high. Southey wanted it, but a good decision not to review there. Oh, Marsh, high ball. He's scooped it high. Has it gone long enough? It's straight down the throat of the man at long on, and that is the end of Mitchell Marsh, and Australia lose their 3rd wicket. New Zealand, oh, if they weren't on top already, my God, they're on top now. Australia 34 for 3. What a turn-up this is to start the Super 12 stage of the tournament. The host nation are being absolutely pillaged here in front of our very eyes. Australia 34 for 3. New Zealand. I tell you what, though, why can't they do this in games that matter? Guarantee they, you know, if they win this opening game of the tournament and these two teams happen to re-meet each other, New Zealand just don't show up in games against Australia when it matters. I was so perilously close to my multi, though. That's what's frustrating me at the moment. I got so close to my multi. painfully close to the multi. It very nearly paid off. Required run rate creeps above 11 now for Australia. They've got it all to do. I tell you what, New Zealand, what a start for them to this tournament, to this game, to their batting, to their bowling. They've had an immaculate start to everything. End of the 5th over, Australia 34 for 3. Stoinis and Maxwell both on 0. Some big, big threats back in the pavilion. New Zealand. Bloody hell, have they showed up or what? They have showed up. Ferguson into the attack for New Zealand. Just a single for Maxwell. Maxwell off the mark. Three for 35. 5.1 overs gone. New Zealand well and truly on top. I tell you what a turn up this has been. What a first game. The perfect first game. Oh, breaks the field up. Should not be a run. Ferguson, dot ball. A single and a dot ball. Gillies down here in the crowd. What a legend. Adam Gilchrist. Ferguson in again. Tap down from Stoinis. Taking the single. He's off the mark now as well. Stoinis and Maxwell both on 1. $36 for 3. Australia. They've got it all to do here tonight. All to do in this run chase. But I tell you what, they've got a great guy out there. That is the man that they want out there. Chops it. Outside edge. Fumbled in the outfield, but just a single. Win predictor has New Zealand at 81%, Australia at 19%. I think that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. New Zealand, a great value for that 89% win probability. It must be said. And Ferguson, Lockie Ferguson, a great start. 1 over, 3 runs from it. Three for 37 here, Australia. A long way back for them. Three for 38, 6.1 overs gone. Oh, New Zealand way on top here. Way on top. Oh, and he's beaten him. Stoinis with the sweep. He's beaten him. Oh, wow. This is getting ugly for the host team. This is getting very ugly. This could be a huge win. Oh, and he's chopped it. Stoinis chops it back. Bounces over the stump. Well, not over the stumps, but bounces wide of the stumps. Gets away with that one. But we saw that from Devon Conway in New Zealand's. Could this be a sign that Stoinis is the one to turn this game? Because we saw Conway get away with a lot of chops in behind the stumps in the first innings. Has Stoinis just signalled that it's going to be his turn for the Australian run chase? Santner in again. Oh, it's wide. Thought about leaving it go there, Stoinis. He thought about leaving that one. A great fielding, Kane Williamson. It's a 1 to finish. New Zealand on top here. Australia 41 for 3, 7 overs gone. I'll be right back after a quick break. Okay, spin is continuing here for Shoddy. New Zealand. Oh, it's a top ball. It's top ball central here. Australia have got a long, long way back in this contest. Long way back. They have it all to do here. A very dominant opening display from New Zealand. Stoinis should be at least 2. But 43 for 3, 7.2 overs gone. The run rate is creeping out big time. .3 overs gone. New Zealand way on top. Way on top right now. It will... oh, geez. Do you even go as far as to say it could take a miracle right now for Australia to turn this game on its head? Maxwell was going for it, but the man long off his back, and it's just a single. Long way back here for Australia. Very unfortunate about my multi. I was so close. David Warner has let me down. The irony of which, as Stoinis just clips it to long on for another single, the irony of that situation is that I honestly thought, when I first placed the bet, I thought to myself, Southie is going to be the one to let me down here. I thought Southie might be the one that lets me down with the multi. It transpires. Oh, a reverse sweep has been pulled out by Maxwell. Over the top, finds the gap. Now, I tell you what, if you're going to pull a reverse sweep out of your ass, that's the way you do it. Glenn Maxwell, expert. And that's a 4. They're going to need a lot more of that, though, Australia, to get themselves back into this contest. Eight overs gone. Australia are 50 for 3. You know, you never, ever, ever write off this team. You never do it. But New Zealand are right on top here. Santa. Oh, he's beaten him. Stoinis trying to sweep from way outside of stump, and he has completely missed it. Oh, Stoinis, it's in the air, it's high, it finds space. Oh, it's a diving catch. It is an amazing take in the outfield. Stoinis is gone. It's another wicket down. You thought for all certainty that that ball was going to land safely. That is an amazing take in the outfield. Santner, slower ball, tosses it up wide, tempting Stoinis into that shot. You thought for sure it was going to drop safely. Oh, he Supermans across the field to take the catch. It's out. They are on fire tonight. Phillips, what he couldn't do with the bat, he's doing in the field. That's another wicket down. Australia, 50 for 4, 8.2 overs gone. Oh, they are well and truly on the back foot here. The host nation has been sent A very, very big warning shot right across the bow. Not even across the bow. It's up the bow. It's right up them. Straight up them. And they don't like it up them, do they? They don't like it up them. It's 50 for 4. 8.2 overs gone. Santner takes his second wicket. New Zealand, if they weren't well and truly on top already, they are now. Tim David in at 6. Australia well and truly reeling here. This is the Black Caps game to lose. They are way on top here. I have never seen an Australian cricket team just dominated from start to finish like this. They are making, honestly, the Black Caps right now are making making New Zealand. The Black Caps are making Australia look like a second-rate nation right here, making it look like they should have been coming through the qualifiers, where they probably would have beaten the West Indies and Zimbabwe and stuff and qualified. But still, my point remains the same. This has been an extremely dominant display from start to finish so far. And if only David Warner had hit a 6, I'd have been even happier tonight. I'd have been even bloody happier. All he needed to do was hit a 6. Chops it away on the offside, beats the field. Is it going to find the boundary? It's racing along, but there is protection back there from Phillips, the miracle man, the diving Superman. He's back there, and a potential 4 turns into just a 1. Black Caps' intent has been signaled very early in this competition. Oh, and he's chopped it in between his legs there, Tim David. And it's just another single. And Santner, been brilliant here. 2.5 overs, 2 for 18. Maxwell back on strike. And again, Maxwell cracks it onto down to long off. Just a single. And what an over by Mitchell Santner. Gets the wicket. Only 4 runs from it. 3 overs, 2 for 19 for him. Australia, 54 for 9. After 9 overs. Oh, boy, is it a long way back. Boy, oh boy, is it a long way back for the host nation. Coming out here on home soil. The first game of the Super 12 round of the series. Well and truly on top here. New Zealand, what a turn-up. Australia need 147 runs from 66 balls at 13.36 and over. Boy, do they have some work to do. It's not impossible. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, but my God, do they have a lot of work to do. Sodhi in. Oh, reverse sweep pulled out by Maxwell again. He picks out the fielder this time. Just the 1 run. $55 for 4. 9.1 gone. You know what? You can never, ever count out an Australian team. We've seen them dead and buried so many times. And they come back and win it at the death. But, geez, it's a long way back, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happening. Now, that was in the zone there. Tim David should have put that away. It's a dot ball. That was there to be hit. And it yields a dot ball. Oh, an outside edge. Can't beat the fielder, and it's just a single again. That's okay for New Zealand. That's okay. They'll be more than happy to give away singles. They have the luxury of they can give away singles for the rest of the game and still win. They have that luxury right now. They've earned this position. Maxwell back on strike. Down to long off. Pushing for two. Nope, not on. It's just the single. Victory for New Zealand. They're more than happy. They can give away all the singles in the world. Sweeps to the leg side, obviously. Well, he could have reverse swept. Sweep to the leg side. Just the single. And just 4 runs from this over so far. 1 delivery left to go. New Zealand are just winning all the small victories at the moment. All the small victories going the way of the Black Caps. Goes for this one. Maxwell puts it over the offside and 4. Finds the gap. That's what they needed. They need more than that, though. They do need they do need more than that. Australia 4 for 62. At the end of the 10th over. They're going 6.2 runs and over. They need double that. Double that. New Zealand way on top at the moment. Well and truly in command of this contest. Who would have thought? 139 runs to go for Australia. 13.9 and over. They need to go to chase it down. You just get the feeling, even for this Australian team, it might be a bridge too far. Oh, my same game multi fell so flat tonight. I was so close. Look at that. 5 legs. So close. And who'd have thought that it was David Warner that let me down? David Warner. Unlucky in his dismissal, to be fair. Very unlucky. His dismissal. But my God, was I let down or what? $62 for 4. 10 overs gone. Australia are just teetering on the edge here. Super 12 Group 1. Who would have thought that this was coming to start this competition? It is a long way back for the Aussies here. Dan Vittori. We've got some highlights here. Dan Vittori. Okay. 62 for 4. Australia. 10 overs gone. They've got to really start going now. Santner, they're keeping him on the attack to bowl out his last over. Tim David on strike. Goes for it on the onside. He's just absolutely tonked it. It was way outside the off stump for a sweep shot. And David has just gone boom. And that's a 6. from way outside off. He has just hammered it onto the leg side. Down on one knee, sweeping it. One bounce into the signage. Over the rope, though. It is a 6. And he goes again. Going for the same area this time. He doesn't get anywhere near the length. And he hits it straight down the throat of the fielder. And he's on his way. Australia lose their 5th wicket. It goes from bad to worse for the Aussies. On their home soil, they are being made to look second-rate here. New Zealand, they have come into this game with a purpose. Australia 68 for 5, 10.2 overs gone. What a turn up. Matthew Wade in at number 7. Unbelievable scenes here. New Zealand are dominating. Plays it onto the offside for a single just to start his innings. A long way back here for Australia. Oh, reverse sweep been pulled out again by Maxwell. He beats the fielder, and that'll be 4. All the way along the ground, 4 runs. Santner, oh, false start here. Dead ball. 73 for 5, 10.4 overs gone. I can't believe. You know what? I honestly thought it would be close. I thought it would be close, and I thought if anybody was going to get absolutely hammered, Maxwell has made a complete mess of the reverse sweep there. That was an absolute schmozzle, that attempted reverse sweep. Yeah, I thought if anybody was going to get hammered here tonight, it was going to be the Black Caps. I can't believe what we are witnessing. What? This is, okay, to be fair, whether you go for Australia or not, I think it's fair to say that this is exactly what the tournament needed. This tournament was basically Australia to win in a canter. I think it's safe to say this is exactly what the tournament needed. It needed a turn up. It needed a surprise. We are getting a surprise. We are getting a turn up. New Zealand have arrived to play. I said at the top of the stream, you can never count these guys out when it comes to a World Cup. Maxwell, reverse sweep for 6. Andrew O'Grady says, I'm very wasted right now. Yes! Now that's something to cheer about. That's something to cheer about. Good sir. What are you, what's your drink of choice tonight? Andrew O'Grady. I'll tell you what, if you're a fan of Australian cricket, you need some drinks tonight, don't you? They are getting absolutely schooled. Schooled here by the Kiwis. Oh, nice. Okay, out with friends partying. Fantastic. Great bowling. Sodhi returns serve and says, put this away if you want to, mate. If you can. $80 for 5 here, Australia. Gone reverse sweep again. Fielder is there covering the boundary, and it is just a single. 7 runs from the over so far is not good enough. That's not good enough for Australia. Plugged away onto the offside. Just a single again. 8 runs from the over. Not good enough for Australia. They need more than that. I'll be right back in between the overs here. This game is very much New Zealand's to lose here. 85. 85. Oh, 82, sorry. 5 wickets down. 82 runs. It is a long way back for Australia in this game. Long way back. I think it's a task too tall even for them. It must be said. Oh. Ferguson into the attack for his second over. I don't think anybody expected this to happen. Like, you know, T20 is one of those games where really anybody can beat anybody on a particular given day. Short for, oh, it's edged, gone, out. Wade on his way. 2 runs of 3 deliveries. Outside off stump, he has a swipe at it, edges it to the keeper. Another wicket down. Oh, New Zealand. Not only that are they on top, but they are now ramming it home. Quite literally. Quite literally. New Zealand have signaled intent. I love how Ferguson appeals with the heavy metal horns as well. What a legend. Appealing for the catch with the heavy metal horns. That's the way to go. Matthew Wade back in the pavilion. 2 runs off 4 deliveries. Australia 82 for 6. 12.2 gone. Oh, New Zealand. We are into the tail. Pat Cummins is out. All hope is gone now. Actually, Glenn Maxwell's still there. Glenn Maxwell is more than capable of playing that Michael Bevan role. more than capable of playing that Michael Bevan role and batting with tail enders and seeing Australia home. But if Maxwell goes, I think the game well and truly goes with it too. I think that's a fair statement. Ferguson, 1.2 overs. He is 1 for 3. What a performance. Oh, and no, Cummins wants no part of that. Perfect line and length. Didn't get him into poking outside of stump there. And again, Cummins on strike, goes for it on the onside. He finds the gap as if he's an opening batsman. 4 runs. Four much needed runs for Australia. But I tell you what, they need a lot more than the 4. My God. Boy, do they need much, much more. 86 for 6, 12.4 overs gone. Ferguson in again. Oh, and it's a swing and a miss from Cummins. Slower ball. Completely beat him. Completely beat him. Cummins survives, though. Cummins makes contact with this one. Onto the onside. Well fielded. Tapped down. Can't beat the infield. Just a single. Ferguson, 2 overs. 1 for 8. Great performance from him. Australia, 87 for 6. 13 overs gone. Oh, you've got to say, there's 7 overs left. They are done and dusted for sure. 114 runs required. The run rate's up to about 16 or so, I think. I mean, they've got to be done. Seriously, if New Zealand cannot win from here, I think they should be stripped of all rights to call themselves a top-tier nation. Required run rate, 16.28. So there you go. 16.28. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not calling this until Maxwell is out. Or just keep him off strike. You know, keeping Maxwell off strike to limit his damage will work as well. Keep Cummins on strike. That will work out nicely too. Oh, that's wide, down leg side. That should be called a wide. It is. 3 runs for Australia here, but I tell you what, they need a lot more than that. They need a lot more free runs than the occasional wide. Another single. 89 for 6. New Zealand. Boy, they have started. My God, they've started unbelievably. A hiss and a roar they have started this tournament with. the Super 12 stage. Reverse sweep. Bowled him. Clean bowled. Maxwell goes the reverse sweep. That's the match. He had to go for it. He had to. They need a miracle, Australia. They needed a miracle. Now, even a miracle won't even get them close to the target set. Maxwell goes for the reverse sweep again. Clean bowled. Off stump. Gone. Game, set, and match, New Zealand. I was so close with my multi as well, by the way. So close. One leg failed. David Warner let me down. Let me down. I actually thought Southey would be the one to let me down, but it turned out to be David Warner. Got to get a shot of that. New Zealand absolutely giving it to the Aussies here tonight. Maxwell, one reverse sweep too many. Clean bowled. Brings Stark to the... Okay, so what are the odds of Pat Cummins and Mitchell Stark forming a match-winning partnership here? Are they going to do a Jason Gillespie, Glenn McGrath double century stand to wrestle victory from the jaws of defeat here? I highly doubt it somehow. What a start to the Super 12 stage of the T20 World Cup. End of the 14th over. Australia 91 for 7. New Zealand just get more and more on top here. I'll be right back. What were you doing back there, huh? That was a very odd spot. That was an odd spot to find you. Oh, full toss should be put away. Oh, he finds the fielder on the bounce. Nothing going right here for Australia. But mind you, Pat Cummins is probably not the man you want putting... Pat Cummins is probably not the man you want at the crease to put full tosses away, to be fair. Wide delivery from Trent Bolt. No way back here for Australia. What a dominant performance. Oh, it's hit him on the pads down leg side, though. Way down the leg side. All right. Let's get some Uber Eats on the fly. Oh, short ball. And again, it sticks in the pitch. Sticks in the pitch and just hangs up. Good line and length. Nothing to do there for Cummins. Nothing to do. Not that he was going to be able to do too much anyway, to be honest. All right. This game is well and truly over as a contest. Congratulate, New Zealand. I said at the top of the stream, New Zealand have not won on Australian soil since 2011. So this is a massive, massive victory for them. Even though it's happening in the first round of the Super 12 stage of the tournament. So, it's not, you don't win the tournament in the Super 12 phase. But it's a great start for them, isn't it? Like, you've got to give them props. Oh, it's up in the air. It's over the infield. And it's better than that. It's raced across the outfield for 4. Oh, now that's high and that's long. Is it long enough? Oh, my God, it is indeed. Oh, great response from Ferguson. Great response. Right in the block hole. Nothing to do. Again, great line and length. Nothing doing here for Australia. It's way too far back for them. Way too far back for them. Andrew O'Grady, you've had so many beers. I can barely find my feet. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'll tell you what. Wasted World of Sports, the Dan Intox. If I ever have a chance to have a drink with any of you, not only will I outdrink all of you, I mean, please, disclaimer time. Please don't even attempt to keep up with me. It's not possible. But I'm saying, what was my point here? Oh, yeah, I was saying, you want to talk about legless? I take legless to whole new levels. So if I ever have the opportunity to have more than a few beers with any of you, disclaimer, please don't try and keep up with me. It's not possible. But anyway, we're just sort of tinkering out to a... And this is the thing with cricket, isn't it? This is, this is the thing with cricket that it's a long, like even in T20 form, it's a long contest comparatively to, say, a game of cricket. I mean, comparative to a game of cricket. What the hell am I on about? Comparative to a game of footy. Like, how long have we been going for? I don't even know where I find that information. Oh, 3 hours, 20 minutes. Okay, so yeah. We've been going for a lot longer than a game of footy. And there's just been a lot of downtime because this game was dead and buried a long time ago. So we are just sort of filtering out to the end of the game. And that's the problem with cricket, isn't it? Like, okay, a game of footy can be over. Oh, clean, bowled him. Line and length, absolutely perfect. Stuck, swings right over the top of it. Middle and leg stump rattled. And that's the 8th wicket down. Australia 109 for 8, 16.1 overs gone. Just not letting the foot off the throat here, New Zealand. They are just not letting the foot off the throat. They are in for the kill. They have made a statement. What a statement performance here from the Black Caps. Unfortunately, my multi fell just one leg short. Traditionally. God. Oh, I'm always missing out by one leg. By one stinking measly leg. What the hell is Adam Zampa doing? That's the most ridiculous goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life. He has just skipped leg side, trying to find some way of tapping the ball over the keeper's head. But he just ends up with an incredibly large air swing. Nothing doing here for the Aussies. Oh, clean bowled him again. Zampa's gone. Trent Bolt. Clean bowls another. Australia have only got one wicket left. 109 for 9. 16.3 overs gone. This has been an absolutely dominating performance. Daniel Vettori's little twin brother is in the crowd. Boom. Top of leg stump. Bang. What a dominating performance here from New Zealand. Australia. Have you ever seen the Australian cricket team dominated so comprehensively? I certainly haven't. Not even when they were going through their, like, really crap phase. Trent Bolt in his last over, 2 for 22. Yes! All right. You must skull when it's 2 for 22. You don't have to. It's all good. I'm not going to. But maybe that should be a rule. Every time it's 2 for 22 in any capacity, you must goal. Trent Bolt's figures 2 for 22. Australia, 109 for 9, 16.3 overs gone. One wicket left to get here for New Zealand, and what a statement it would be to clean bowl the defending champions on their home turf in the first game of the Super 12 round. What a statement victory it would be for New Zealand. Hazelwood taps it onto the leg side. Just a single. Singles are not going to win it for Australia. Nothing's going to win it for Australia. They're down to their last partnership, and they need sixes of pretty much every single delivery right now. The required run rate's up to 26.29. Oh, he's slashed at that. Cummins slashes a cut shot outside off stump. Misses everything. Cummins has got 20 runs. Is he the top scorer for Australia? Who'd have bet on that? Pat Cummins being the top run scorer for Australia. I don't know if he actually is or not. I'm curious to see, though. He's very close. Only Glenn Maxwell has scored more runs than Pat Cummins. Pat Cummins needs 9 more runs to outscore Glenn Maxwell and be Australia's top run scorer for the innings, which would just be, how depressing would that be for Australia if Pat Cummins ends up scoring 7 more runs and being the top run scorer for the innings? Can you honestly, can you imagine? End of the 17th over. Trent Bolt, 4 overs, 2 for 24. What a performance from him. Australia, 111 for 9. 17 overs gone. Cummins is 21 of 17, has been probably the best batsman tonight, to be honest. Comparatively. I mean, Maxwell... I know Maxwell got his runs, but you know you expect Maxwell to get his runs. Southie. Oh, it's straight up in the air, and this will be it. This should be it. It's way up in the air. Wicketkeeper is under it, and that is the end of the game. Straight up in the air it went. It's all over. Australia have been bowled out for 111, chasing down the target set by New Zealand, 201. What a dominant performance to start the Super 12 phase of the tournament. New Zealand have just absolutely decimated the host nation at their home ground. Just completely dominated in every facet of the game. New Zealand win by 89 runs. They could not have asked for a more perfect start to this World Cup. Falling short last time, making it to the final and being destroyed. New Zealand's biggest win over Australia in a T20 international. What a statement made nice and early in this tournament. New Zealand. Wow. Australia have got a long way back from here. Seriously. This is the tournament is not over by any stretch of the imagination, and I don't for one second think that Australia will not feature at the deep in the back end of the tournament. But what a statement made nice and early here by New Zealand. Well, Wasted World of Sports, I thank you very much for your company tonight. As always, I don't really have too much to say in terms of a post show for this. Complete and total domination from start to finish by New Zealand. And there's very little to say beyond that. It was a perfect performance to start this tournament for New Zealand. That has thrown the proverbial cat amongst the pigeons. This tournament suddenly got very interesting. So we'll see what happens. Wasted World of Sports, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, your company, as always. And yeah, we'll catch you next time, whenever next time may be. Whatever sport it may be for, because we're covering a range of different sports now. You know, we're not just an NRL streaming platform anymore. We're branching out. We're doing the NRL. We're doing the rugby union. We're doing the WWE. And we're doing the T20 cricket as well. So, yeah, we're broadening our horizons. We are expanding. We are out and about into all kinds of sports. Very much enjoy your company. Thank you very much for it. Without you, it's not possible. And we'll catch you next time. Until next time, cheers.